Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And as you guys know, just about a week ago I made a video talking to you guys about religion and how I've wanted to explore it a little more. And I am a Catholic. I technically grew up Catholic. I am not that religious. I guess I'm just a skeptic. I've never said to somebody that God doesn't exist, nor have I said that God does exist. But it is something that I've really wanted to explore because I've been getting a lot of signs lately from God, and I want to kind of acknowledge the signs. I just feel like it's a little bit too much to be a coincidence at this point. And there's so many examples I could give, but I'm not going to do that. But there's been a lot of things that have just been happening to me lately, and it always comes back to God, and it's a little weird. Like, it's kind of been freaking me out a little bit. I never really think too much about religion, so for me to actually start thinking about this is pretty crazy in and of itself. One of the signs I got recently was an ad on my video, which was about a demon. I was watching one of my own videos that I made a while ago, and an ad popped up. And it's kind of weird because I've actually wanted to get another Bible recently. That's because I did have like an actual King James version of a Bible, and I tore all of the pages out to make this this room holy, I guess you could say. I could say decorate the room with it, but that sounds kind of blasphemous. So I did it with good purpose. I did it to keep evil out of here. As Mrs. Mullen said in Annabelle Creation, I wanted to surround her by the word of God. Yeah, that's right, Annabelle. I see the fear in your eyes. You know you're surrounded by holiness. But on a more serious note, I did always find comfort in having a Bible, just in general. I've never read it. I've never even attempted to read it. I do know parts of it. I know passages, just things like general knowledge, I guess. I know the story of Adam and Eve. I know all of the little things that everybody knows. But I've never really looked too much into the Bible. Anyway, going back to this demon video, I was watching a video where I was talking about I saw a demon or something like that. And an ad popped up, and usually the algorithm works like that. The ads usually are something related to the video that you're watching, or things that you've been looking at through your search history. And I got this ad, and it was a very I kind of want to say it looked a little bit scammy. It didn't look too legit to me. And it caught my attention because it was do you want a free Bible? And I was like, well, I've actually been looking for a Bible. I stopped in the thrift store. They didn't have any. I actually stopped. I did have one from a thrift store, but it's a miniature version. I've showed you guys that. It had the gold edges on the pages. That's really cool. But I actually wanted one that I could read. So the font had to be a reasonable size. I was even thinking about going to church, which I mentioned to you guys recently. And I was thinking about while I'm there, maybe I could ask for a Bible. And I was even starting to think where do you actually get a Bible from? It seems like no store has them. I've checked in every store in the book section and everything. Nowhere has a Bible. But then all of a sudden this ad pops up, and it's do you want a free Bible? All you have to do is give us your name, your address, and that's it. You don't have to pay shipping. You don't have to pay anything. You don't need to give us any bank details or nothing like that. It seemed a little scammy. But then at the same time, I was they can't really scam me. The only thing they have is my name and address. So I clicked on the ad, and I think that's the first time ever I've actually clicked on an ad on a YouTube video. Even the site itself looked very basic. It didn't look too legit. But I was trusting God that this was a sign from him again. And I saw that it had a prayer. And it said to read this out loud to get started on your journey. So I read it out loud, and then I scrolled down a little more, and it was just click here to get your free Bible. I did that, and it literally came the very next day, and I have it right here with me. It is a very beautiful version. I was expecting it to be a plain black or a brown cover with a cross on the front like they normally do, but this has got a very pretty picture of a sunset over a beach, the coast. And this is it's crazy because you didn't get to choose which Bible you want. And it's the New King James Version, it says right there, which is a more, I guess, relatable to today's society kind of version. They've retranslated it, so a lot of people read the Bible and they get confused and they don't understand anything. This has been written in more modern language so we can kind of understand it more, but it's still a very accurate of the original translation of the Bible. So I am pretty impressed that I got this one, because this is the exact one that I need. I basically need a dumbed down modern version of the King James Version. And it's also right here, it says larger print, which is, like I said, I struggle with reading. My eyesight is perfectly fine, but one of the things that I do get is like headaches if I'm reading too long, so I do wear reading glasses. That's like just I voluntarily do that just because it's just helps. It eases the strain on my eyes. So for this to have larger print, and it's a new version of the King James version, like, this is exactly what I needed. And it just, like, I mean, even right here, listen to this. It says right here on the back, "Open this book and meet your creator." Sounds imposing, doesn't it? But that's really what the Bible does. Introduces us to God, shows us his great love, and guides us in our everyday lives. And this is exactly what we need. So go ahead, open up, and read. So even saying it like that, it doesn't sound so strict and scary like a Bible you typically would imagine it to be like. It sounds kind of like welcoming and fun. And I guess that's what the new version of the new King James version is like a more relatable to today's society way of talking. Like putting a question on the back, like, doesn't it? It just seemed a little weird to me, but I guess this could be what I needed. And I got this completely free. I didn't even pay shipping or anything. Like, it just came for free. And it says right here, I looked on the back just to see how much it's worth. Because when I did the last one I got, which was this one I got for $1 at the dollar store. This one was $7.99 US dollars. And I was just surprised they're just giving them out for free. I mean, it's got to have come from like a non-profit organization or something like that, but I just thought, like, how weird is that? I literally talked to you guys just the other day about like how I'm getting these signs, and then suddenly I get this ad that's like, get your free Bible. So I got it, and I've started reading it today, and I've already ran into a problem. I'm not that far in, and that's because I did read like all the unnecessary stuff at the beginning. Like, there's a bunch of pages before you even get to the actual Bible. And I just wanted to make sure I read everything. Like, I wanted to really understand this. But I did start on the Bible, and I got to the part of like the creation of the world and the universe and everything like that, and like how God did it. And I've already ran into a few problems. As you guys know, I told you I'm a skeptic. And what I'm finding hard, like, I got up to the part with like Adam and Eve, and I've already ran into some problems that I find really hard. Like, I want to believe. That's the whole point of me doing this journey, I guess. I want to be a believer, and I just find it hard. Like, how am I supposed to believe? Like, I didn't know that Eve was created from a rib bone of Adam. I didn't know that until today. And when I read that, I almost laughed, but then I was like, I want to take this seriously, but I'm finding that extremely hard to believe. And I'm just being open and honest with you guys. And God, I'm being open and honest with you too. Like, how am I supposed to believe that? Let's be honest. They took a rib out of Adam and turned it into a woman for him. I don't understand how I'm supposed to believe that. It's just, this is the problem that I'm running into, is I find it extremely hard to believe. That, and like, Adam lived until he was 930 years old. Like, how, okay, believers out there, I really want to know, how do you just put aside all of actual, like, scientific stuff, like things we've learned through science, and just like what we call fact? How do we put that aside and believe this? You know what I mean? I am going to continue reading. I haven't given up. But like I said, I've just started to read it, and I've already ran into these problems. I wanted to get through this with an open mind, and it just hit me instantly. I was like, what? That's nonsense. And then when I thought that, I was like, I'm not even at the beginning of the book, and I'm already, doubting it. That's probably not a good start. God's probably not too impressed by me right now. So I was just wondering, like, out of curiosity, if you guys are believers, how did you get around the whole being like, that's total nonsense, that's a load of crap, you know what I mean? You can't live until you're 930 years old. Everybody knows that. And it's not just like Adam was this crazy miracle. Literally all of his kids and his grandkids all lived similar ages. Like, they were all like 800, 500, 900. Like, what? I don't know, man. But that's basically all I wanted to say for this video. I just wanted to update you guys on my journey studying the Bible, and yeah, I could do with some help. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section, have you read the Bible, or have you attempted to read it? Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, and chase your dreams.